All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Gooner Eagle Eye coming to you again with a review, this time of the Southampton versus Arsenal game. And yeah, interesting. Well, it wasn't in the first half, that's for damn sure. But by the end of the game, all I can say is interesting. Got a few tweets at me saying, "Oh, what are you saying now about Ramsey? What are you saying now?" Motherfuckers, he's had two good games. So let me get into this right now. I think people expected me to be eating humble pie after the United performance and after yesterday's performance. All right, he's done well for a game and a half. Congratulations. I would like to see him do well on a more consistent basis. I don't understand why it takes 40 games for him to get to do something or to become a decent player. So no, I'm not eating no humble pie. In fact, if he can show me over a course of a season that he's this valuable asset that people think he is, then yeah, I'll gladly have some humble pie. But 1.5 performances, I'm sorry, doesn't shut me up. Yes, he played well yesterday, and you know what? Probably my man in the match if we're being real about it. I know that might go against what a lot of people think. I personally believe he was man of the match. But that doesn't mean he shuts me up. Sorry. And just to take away a little bit of the people who are digging me, it was a certain someone who said continue with Ramsey in the first place. I wonder who that was. Because when you were watching all your previews, there's only one man that said Ramsey should start yesterday. So all the haters that like poking me and talking to me about, oh, look at Ramsey now. I was the one that said he should start yesterday. So how she gone? Well, it's my little about Ramsey over and done with. So yesterday's performance against one of our bogey teams. We haven't won in Southampton for so long. So excluding the FA Cup result, I'm talking about in the league. We haven't won in Southampton for a number of years now. So going into this game, I was very nervous. And in the first half, it was such a dull performance. And they didn't even particularly play that well. But the best chance fell to Southampton. And Czech, fair play to him, was alert, dealt with the problem well. And then Alexis Sanchez. Let me go into this rant, right? So I'm seeing a lot of reviews and stuff like that talking about how amazing Alexis Sanchez was. He was good after the goal. But I think everybody has short-term memory, the performance he was producing in the first half and the beginning of the second half. It weren't great. He was giving away a lot of passes, a lot of balls. But the one thing I will say before you go ahead and think, oh gosh, what's Chig talking about? Let me press this dislike button. What I will say is the bonus of having a world-class player is moments like that. Even in a game where, I'll be honest, he weren't playing well. He wasn't. I don't care what anyone tells me, he wasn't. Having said that, until he scored that goal, and that just Alexis brilliance that only Alexis Sanchez can do, and he scored, then suddenly he upped his performance and he began to run the show after that goal. But I mean, come on, dog. Come on, people. Let's not forget the performance that came before it. I've seen people giving man in the match. I'm like, all right, calm down. Don't know if it was man in the match, but it was good. Special praise goes out to Rob Holding. I'm so glad he started yesterday. I hope he starts again on Saturday evening. This kid. And you guys must be getting bored of it because the amount of previews where you're probably seeing a lot of the same things being said about this kid. But I tell you what, I really like the kid. I really like the kid. And I hope he continues. You know, now Mustafi's back. Not really sure what's happening to Kashani. But I hope whatever happens, there is some sort of combination with Holding in there. Yeah, let me just go into the 1 to 10 ratings. For me, Czech was a 7 out of 10. I thought he dealt with everything really well. Rob Holding, I thought, was an 8. I thought, again, he dealt with everything really well. There was no kind of nonsense. Everything was nice, neat, tidy. Mustafi played. He was in place of Koscielny. And I actually thought Mustafi played well. Again, somebody else I'm very harsh on. But I thought he led that 3. Well, yeah, the other 2, I should say, really, really well. Definitely was the lead. I don't even know who the hell our captain was yesterday. But I know that out of those 3, he was definitely the leader of those 3. And I thought he performed really well. Monreal, he can do the job. I said this going back in the Leicester game. I said that Monreal can do the job in that 3. Every time I prefer him as that wing back to Gibbs. Every time. And I never thought I would say that, but let's just be real here. When Monreal did play there, we won both games, and he performed particularly well. I'm not really sure what is Wenger's sudden fascination about playing Gibbs in that position, but okay. I can't knock it because we are winning with the personnel. I just personally would like to see a centre-back playing as a centre-back. Having said that, Monreal did well enough. I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Oh, gosh. That was the other downer about yesterday. Ox, who's been our best player for about a month, maybe 2 months, got injured yesterday. It looks like he's out for the final. It's a hamstring strain. We know hamstring strains minimum are 3 weeks. Let's just be real. He's out of that game. Up until he came off, and as per usual, he was performing well. I hit a couple of crosses in, and I noticed our performance went considerably flat when he came off. I'd have given Ox maybe a 6 up until that point. His replacement, Bellerin, I actually thought played a lot better than he had been doing in that position. Was getting forward really, really well. And particularly in the second half, I thought he came on really, really well. I'll give him a 7 out of 10. On the other side, Gibbs, I don't know what to say about Gibbs, man. You could just see, for me, I'd be flabbergasted if Gibbs has not moved on. He's just one of those very basic, very average players just taking up space in our squad, unfortunately. And it pains me to say that because I do like Gibbs. He's an Arsenal man. But he's not good enough, unfortunately. 6 out of 10. Xhaka. Very impressed with Xhaka yesterday. Was very impressed because it got quite physical in Southampton. And I was a bit worried because you know what Xhaka's like when it comes to physicality and how crazy he gets. But he was very good, very measured. There was one little dodgy moment that he made this kind of like tackle where he got the ball, but it looked like a clumsy ass tackle, slide tackle. I don't know what it was, but I thought he controlled that midfield extremely well against an informed Romalu as well. Which is that name, Romalu? Probably butchered that name. The Southampton midfielder who has been performing well this season. I know because my fantasy football points will tell you that. Yeah, I thought he did really well. I'd give him an 8 out of 10. And I can't believe I'm going to do this. Ramsey not only gets a 9 out of 10, he gets man of the match. I thought he was fantastic yesterday. Let me say that again. I thought Ramsey was fantastic yesterday. For me, bossed the midfield. I thought his running was really good. His tackling was really good. You know how I've always said I don't really understand what Ramsey does? I might have to record this game to remind myself what Ramsey does. Off the ball running was really good. Grabbed himself a really clever assist yesterday as well. Passing was on point for once. Had no complaints about Ramsey. Best game I've seen him have in a long time. 9 out of 10. The superstar, as my boy Lee would say, He's all right. He's in and out of the game as per usual. Grabbed himself an assist. 6 out of 10. For me, he was okay. Alexis, for the goal and how he came on towards the end, I thought he was good enough to scrape an 8. Because I thought towards the end, I thought he began to give us more and more momentum to enable us to get a second goal and put the game safe. So for that reason, I'll give him an 8. Up until then, he weren't going to get a good score from me. And people may have short-term memories. I'm not one of them. But just because the goal was so good, it was such an important goal, and it gave us so much momentum to grab the second goal, he gets an 8 out of 10. Welbs up front, I'll be honest with Welbeck. He was okay. Ran as per usual. Didn't ever really look like scoring, if we're being honest. 7 out of 10. For the sheer effort, 7. Giroud, on the other hand, the Lampard's got himself a goal. I'll give him that. My worry is now that Wenger will start him because he's got a goal. That's my worry. But this is what I like about Giroud. Use him in short bursts. Because when you use him in long bursts, it ain't good. The only thing I will say is that him and Ramsey do combine well. They do combine well. They do like each other. They are very close as teammates, from what I understand. And I think you saw a little bit of that yesterday. So, but I personally still would have started with the game. He's an impact player. There's nothing wrong with that. You are still a big tool to have in a game. And I don't mean that in an insulting way. Anyway, that's my little ramble and rant over with. Do let me know what you thought about the game. Am I overdoing it with the Ramsey thing? I'll be honest. You know me, I'm hard to please when it comes to Ramsey, but I have to be honest. I thought yesterday he was fantastic. And not Alexis. I thought Ramsey was our best player. So I know that one will cause a stir, but I'm just being honest. Do let me know what you think. If this is the first time you're watching me, hit that subscribe button. And also just give me a watch. Do like the video. I always appreciate all of those. And you know, generally I tend to respond to any comments you guys come out with. Hope you like the video. I'll be back probably later tonight, possibly tomorrow, to do the Stoke preview. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm away with my girl all weekend. I'm actually going to be watching the match with her on Saturday night. She's actually going to sit down and watch it with me. I know, she's ride or die, right? So that'll be interesting. Yeah, I won't have time otherwise, so I'll probably do it tonight. But keep an eye out. I'll make an announcement on Twitter. Which reminds me, if you're on Twitter, do follow me at Colossal Chig. All right, people, I'm out of here. Take care. Peace.